Hello and welcome to another episode of Selling Life and Annuities. I'm Steve Allison, Annuity Specialist here at Gordon Marketing, and today I'm with my good friend Paul Bechtold. He's our RVP of the Debt Elimination Programs here at Gordon Marketing. And today we're going to be talking about how to use policy reviews to drive more business. So Paul, I guess to get right into, how often should agents be doing policy reviews?
My answer to that, Steve, is they should be doing it as often as they can. Any opportunity they can, because although what I see the trend nowadays is that agents actually kind of dread doing that. They dread the service end of the work, and at the service end of the sale could be the best opportunity. It's the opportunity that if things are going well, you go back and talk to the client, and maybe you try to find somebody else just like them that could use the same thing or something similar. And if it's not going well, we got an opportunity to shift and maybe move in another direction that will aid them better.
Yeah, I mean, getting in front of them, the more often the better, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, it gives you an opportunity to even discuss a lot more different things, right?
Exactly. And as a good friend Tim likes to say, the more different lines of business you have with a given client, the stickier they get to you, right? The more likely they are to give you future business as well as keep the business that they already have on the books.
Yep, that gives you a lot more opportunities, doesn't it? So that's one thing. What is there anything else that you might be looking to potentially avoid, or any problems to avoid by having these reviews?
Well, let's go back to maybe add in the original question: how often should you do it? The minimum you should probably be doing it is once a year. Okay. And in a year's time, would you agree that, life circumstances can change right out from under you?
Sure can.
Change of a job, maybe a new child, a marriage, a divorce. I mean, any life event could come along of significance. Maybe your first child went off to college, whatever the case may be. You're looking to uncover and have a discussion around those events, because those events are what's going to create the opportunities potentially.
Yeah. So each one of those different events, that's an obvious opportunity to have a new discussion, potentially have another opportunity to have another sale. Do you ever run into a situation where maybe the client avoids these meetings altogether?
Yeah, time's precious for people. Let's face it. Okay, and so they smell your commission breath coming, as we like to say, and they may say, well, I don't need that guy getting in my pocket anymore. I already spent however many dollars per year with them. Okay. So there is a degree of that. People think I got this all handled. I'm all good, whatever the case may be. But what I found is that a lot of times, maybe they're not as well off as they think, or there's something that they didn't, that they're not thinking about. They're not looking to the future in a particular life-changing event that we talked about and so forth. And so I wouldn't let that happen too much, but it does happen from time to time. Okay. It's just part of the sales process we have to navigate.
Yeah, definitely. Another thing that probably pops up in my mind when I used to sell insurance and annuities is sometimes you meet with people knowing that this policy I'm about to review with them hasn't performed very well. And so you have to kind of come up with, what are you going to talk about? What are some talking points on that situation? So what have you come across, or what do you suggest?
Well, we obviously, things don't exist in a vacuum, right? At the time we sold that particular product, or that the client had particular needs at that time, things have changed, right? In the case of the annuity world, you've seen a vast change in interest rates over the last couple of years, right? Maybe the products that were sold a couple of years ago are inferior to what you have available today. So in the case of an underperforming policy or annuity, right, there's an opportunity to maybe put them in a better position, or maybe, if they haven't put all their money into it, maybe put more money into a better performing annuity, kind of dollar cost average some of that out, right? There's always a way. An adept agent always has an opportunity to shift and kind of thrust and parry with the situation in order to make that situation a little bit better if they're savvy enough to do so.
Definitely. So that's a really good reason why to also make sure, just because it's underperforming, to not avoid having that review with your client. Well, Paul, looks like we're kind of running out of time on this episode. So how can they reach you if they need to discuss any of these client review questions they may have?
Well, my cell phone, I'm available 24/7 for the most part, 626-3054. My email is paul@gordonmarketing.com. Reach out to me, send me an email, call or text, and I'll be sure to get back with you within 24 hours.
And if you need to get a hold of me, my extension is 140. Email is sallison@gordonmarketing.com. And with that, we'll make sure that you do subscribe to our videos, hit that notification bell, like and comment. And with that, happy selling.